The king of controversy does it again. Navjot Sidhu stokes another massive controversy with the Pakistan Connect. During his visit to the revered Kartarpur Gurudwara, Punjab Congress chief Navjot Singh Sidhu professed that, in fact, he considered Imran Khan his elder brother. Sambit Patra now, in fact, has attacked Navjot Singh Sidhu and said that he must have done this on the directions of Rahul Gandhi. Sidhu's Pakistan Connect has raised eyeballs in the past. Now, during the opening of this very Kartarpur corridor, Sidhu had showered Imran Khan with praises and claimed that it was Khan who had won the hearts of the world. What drew opposition and the Congress's ire was his infamous hug with Pakistan Army Chief General Bajwa.
On behalf of Prime Minister Pakistan,
मेरा बड़ा भाई,
very warm,
मेरा बड़ा भाई, उसमें बहुत क्या.
We have been waiting for this day for so long.
कांग्रेस पार्टी के पंजाब के अध्यक्ष पाकिस्तान जाएं और इमरान खान के लिए महिमा मंडन ना करे, इमरान खान के लिए कुछ अच्छा ना कहें, पाकिस्तान की स्तुति ना करें, ऐसा हो नहीं सकता है. बॉर्डर स्टेट्स के जो नेता हैं उनमें एक परिपक्वता होनी चाहिए, उनमें राष्ट्र प्रेम होना चाहिए और उनमें एक समझ होनी चाहिए कि हिंदुस्तान को लेकर क्या बोलना है और क्या नहीं बोलना है. जिस कमर बाजवा ने, जिस पाकिस्तान की आर्मी ने हिंदुस्तान के पीठ पर खंजर भोंकने का हमेशा काम किया है, उसी पाकिस्तान के आर्मी चीफ से गले भी लग चुके थे पहले नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू, आज फिर से अपने इस रिश्ते को दोबारा बड़े भाई के दर्जे में लेकर आए हैं. यह कोई नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू का लोन इंसिडेंट नहीं है, यह एक डिजाइन है, एक पैटर्न है. कांग्रेस पार्टी का एक तरीका है. देयर इज अ डिजाइन in whatever we have been seeing through Navjot Singh Sidhu or through multiple leaders of the Congress party as far as statements against India is concerned or pro-Pakistan statements are concerned. ये एक डिजाइन है, एक पैटर्न है. आप देखिए सलमान खुर्शीद, रशीद अलवी, मणिशंकर अय्यर और इन सब के ऊपर राहुल गांधी ये हिंदू और हिंदुत्व को गाली देते हैं और वही नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू पाकिस्तान के हक में और इमरान खान के हक में स्टेटमेंट देते हैं. तो शाह महमूद कुरैशी ने एक स्टेटमेंट जारी किया है और कहा है कि हिंदुत्व से वैश्विक खतरा है, हिंदुत्व से पूरे विश्व के सुरक्षा को खतरा है. ये जो सेंटेंस, ये जो वाक्य शाह महमूद कुरैशी पाकिस्तान के फॉरेन मिनिस्टर ने, विदेश मंत्री ने कहा है, आपको क्या लगता है वेयर डिड ही बोरो दिस स्टेटमेंट फ्रॉम? यह स्टेटमेंट शाह महमूद कुरैशी राहुल गांधी जी की पुस्तक से निकाल के लाते हैं. यह राहुल गांधी की सोच है. यह राहुल गांधी ने हिंदुत्व पे हमला किया, शाह महमूद कुरैशी ने उसी को इको किया है, उसी को आगे बढ़ाने का काम किया है.
कोई बंदा वहां का भी उस टाइम कैप्टन था, वो क्रिकेट खेला हुआ था, आज वहां का प्राइम मिनिस्टर. अगर इमरान खान प्राइम मिनिस्टर ही ना बनता तो फिर क्या ऐसी बात थी? क्योंकि वाजपेयी जी गए, मोदी जी खुद गए. जब मोदी जी जफ्फी डालते हैं बीजेपी को कुछ नहीं, सारा कुछ ठीक लगता है. और ऐसी बातें हमें करनी नहीं चाहिए क्योंकि हमें हमारी प्रॉब्लम्स और हैं, लेकिन पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम उसको डाइवर्ट और तरह करता है.
Let's listen in to what Navjot Singh Sidhu had said earlier.
On behalf of Prime Minister Pakistan, सबकी तरफ से
मेरा बड़ा भाई,
very warm,
मेरा बड़ा भाई, उसमें बहुत क्या.
We have been waiting for this day for so long.
Thank you.
My colleague Lalit Sharma is now joining me live from the Kartarpur corridor. Lalit, it appears that the BJP is obviously having a field day attacking the Congress and Navjot Singh Sidhu over his comments in Kartarpur. How is Sidhu defending it? What has he said?
Pallavi, if we just talk about the whole controversy, the way Navjot Singh Sidhu today went to Sahab and paid obeisance there, but when he reached there, the way he said that Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan is his elder brother, now the controversy has erupted and when he reached back here and while addressing media, he clearly said that these are just the controversy which has been designed by BJP, and in this part, Captain Amrinder Singh is also a part. So, looking into this now, both a tug of war have started between BJP and Congress. And looking into this now, both the parties are exchanging statements against each other. But if you overall talk about BJP has clearly targeted Navjot Singh Sidhu's statement in which he's been heard saying that Imran Khan, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, is his elder brother. But Navjot Singh Sidhu has said that if this is the statement which the BJP is making the issue, so why the business has been stopped? Other than that, one more statement which Navjot Singh Sidhu, while defending himself, has said that why the match of cricket has been played between India and Pakistan. So these are the issues which are baseless, and there is no point making these at a bigger scale. But if you overall talk about now, it seems that in the coming days, this controversy will definitely go to a big political agenda in for the upcoming Vidhan Sabha elections in Punjab. Yes.
Thank you so much for bringing us all of those details. Now, Sidhu is no stranger to controversies. His praise about Imran Khan today at Kartarpur brings back memories of the very same place in 2019 where Sidhu had done the very same thing. Listen in. Navjot Singh Sidhu, this is not the first time that he has in fact had lavish praise for Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan. He was in fact present at the groundbreaking ceremony of the Kartarpur corridor and had gone for the inauguration of the Kartarpur corridor on the 9th of November 2019 on the invitation of the Pakistani side. Remember, there was an Indian delegation which had gone, which in fact comprised of Indian Union Minister as well. Hardeep Singh Puri Sidhu had gone on the invitation of the Pakistani Prime Minister, and even then he had in fact had a lot of compliments to pay for the Pakistani Prime Minister. Now let's listen in to what Captain Amrinder Singh, who spoke to India today after stepping down from the Punjab Chief Minister's chair, had said while attacking Sidhu over his love for Pakistan. Here's more.
Did this all become personal between you and Sidhu, and therefore in this battle between Sidhu and you, he's won out, he's won the confidence of your leadership for whatever reason? Is that why you're feeling in a way so angry and bitter that after all the years you've given to the party,
no,
Mr. Sidhu is the one that they have chosen, someone who was with the BJP for a long time?
Yes, of course, BJP for a long time is one thing, but the man is an incompetent man. He was the Minister of Local Self-Government. He never cleared his files for 7 months. What are you talking about? I know him. What do I have an animosity with that boy? I mean, I've known him since he was 3 years old. My mother was DCC Congress President and his father was the DCC General Secretary. And when she went in 67 to Parliament, she saw that his father was made DCC President. And from then onwards, I had left the army and he taught me my politics. We used to meet often with his father. So I've seen him from the age of 3. And what he's now become is not that. He is today, I do not know where his competence has gone. It's certainly not here. I mean, I've been left on the cricket field or somewhere. But the man is a total disaster. Please believe me, he's been my minister. And apart from that, I'll certainly not support him for being in this way with Pakistan. His great buddies are all there. And the way he handles them there, after all, it is a matter of national security. And national security for me comes first.
My colleague Manjeet Sehgal is now joining me live on this. Manjeet, what is the Congress saying? How are they defending the statement which has been made by the PCC chief?
Well, Polofi, as far as the Congress is concerned, even Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi had yesterday demanded that the trade between Punjab, India through Punjab and Pakistan should resume, as this was costing dear to the people of Punjab, as they were not able to send the goods to Pakistan. But Navjot Singh Sidhu, who referred to the Pakistan Prime Minister as his elder brother, tried to justify that that the motive behind his Pakistan visit, be it the 2018 visit or this visit, has been that the relationship between India and Pakistan should improve, and the borders should be open for the trade. And he also told that earlier 25% of the international trade before this trade was closed was shut following the Pakistan's involvement in anti-India activities. 25% of the trade took place from the Bagha border. So Navjot Singh Sidhu is also referring to the religious tourism potential besides the health tourism potential, saying that many people from various countries, not only Pakistan but Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, visit New Delhi for the health treatment and other facilities. They can come to Punjab, where thousands of jobs have been lost during the past 34 months, and the economy is also required to be given a flip. So Navjot Singh Sidhu is trying to justify, saying that the culture of Pakistan and Punjab are similar, their language is similar, and there should not be any hindrance to the development between the two nations. So Navjot Singh Sidhu at one place is talking about the relationship between the India and Pakistan. On the other, has also kicked off the controversy. Remember, Captain Amrinder Singh had earlier said that he cannot justify the way Navjot Singh Sidhu had said that General Bajwa and Sidhu were both Punjabis and both were Jats, as Pakistan is involved in anti-India activities. More than 80 soldiers who belong to Punjab have been martyred during the past 4.5 years. So Captain Amrinder Singh had already slammed Navjot Singh Sidhu, but Navjot Singh Sidhu kicks off a controversy every time he visits Pakistan.
Absolutely, he kicks off a controversy every time he visits Pakistan. Let's listen in to what Navjot Singh Sidhu said earlier about Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan when he called him his elder brother.
On behalf of Prime Minister Pakistan, सबकी तरफ से आपको खुशामदीद।
मेरा बड़ा भाई,
Very warm,
मेरा बड़ा भाई, उसमें बहुत क्या।
We have been waiting for this day for so long. Very welcome. Thank you.
कि जिंदगियां बदलण वास्ते ਜਿਹੜੇ किस्मत ते साडी ताले लाते ਉਹ ਖੁੱਲਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ। ਸਾਡਾ ਸਿਲਕਨ ਰੂਟ ਖੁੱਲਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਅੱਜ ਆਸ ਕਰਦਾ, ਇੱਕ ਰਿਕੁਐਸਟ ਕਰਦਾ, ਇੱਕ ਫਰਿਆਦ ਕਰਦਾ ਕਿ ਅਗਰ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਬਦਲਣੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਅਗਲਾ ਸਟੈਪ ਇਹ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਸਮਾਨ 2100 ਕਿਲੋਮੀਟਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਮੁੰਦਰਾ ਪੋਰਟ ਖੜੇ, ਤੇ ਮੁੰਦਰਾ ਪੋਰਟ ਕਿਹਦਾ? ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ 2100 ਕਿਲੋਮੀਟਰ ਕਿਉਂ ਜਾਵੇ ਤੇ ਭਾਈ 20 ਕਿਲੋਮੀਟਰ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਾ ਜਾਵੇ? 22 ਕਿਲੋਮੀਟਰ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਇੱਥੋਂ। ਤੇ ਜੇ ਕਰਾਚੀ ਤੇ ਬੰਬੇ ਖੁੱਲਾ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ?
My colleague Manjeet Sehgal is still live with me. Manjeet, how is Captain Amrinder Singh likely to play this? Because this is one of the gravest charges that he's in fact levelled against the PCC chief, that he is hand in glove with Pakistan. His love for Pakistan is something which cannot be tolerated, given that Pakistan continues to in fact infiltrate into Indian territory, send terrorists into Indian territory and claim the lives of our civilians and our soldiers.
Well, Polomi, the then Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh had disproved of the way Navjot Singh Sidhu had tried to justify his hark to the Pakistan Army Chief, saying that he was not aware that he's a General Bajwa, or that was done because we share the similar culture. Captain Amrinder Singh had said that everything was written on his tunic, on his dress. So Pakistan has been involved in anti-India activities. Drones are being sent to Punjab. Drones have entered up to 15 or 20 kilometers. The arms and ammunition, counterfeit currency, besides the narcotics are being thrown into the Indian soil. So the Pakistan is involved in anti-India activities and is trying to disturb the peace and law and order in Punjab. Then why Navjot Singh Sidhu is time and again asking that relationship with Pakistan should improve? The Pakistan should first improve the relations and stop cross-border activities which are against India, against India's peace even Bharatiya Janata Party has also sought a clarification from Navjot Singh Sidhu and Congress in particular, why Navjot Singh Sidhu was speaking the language of Pakistan, particularly when the country's involvement in anti-India activities has been found a number of times. So Captain Amrinder Singh has been categorically saying that Navjot Singh Sidhu is pro-Pakistan.
Right, so Captain Amrinder Singh and BJP are likely to join hands virtually in attacking the Congress and Navjot Singh Sidhu over his most recent controversial statements. Welcome back. We're staying with our coverage of the big story today. Navjot Singh Sidhu calling Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan his big brother. Sidhu, of course, is no stranger to controversies. His praise about Imran Khan today at Kartarpur brings back memories of the very same place in 2019 where Sidhu had done the very same thing.
इस ज़बान दे विचों 14 करोड़ सिखां दी आवाज़ निकलदी है ते सुनो की कहंदे आ ओ तेरी मोहब्बत तेरी मुरब्बत तेरे प्यार दे तोहफे बदले मेरे कोल तां सब तो महंगी इहो शै है मैं शुकराना लेके आया हां मैं शुकराना लेके आया हां महंगिया यारा सोहणिया खाना दिल दे शहंशाह खान इमराना तेरी खातिर दिल नजराना लेके आया हाँ दिल नजराना लेके आया
On behalf of Prime Minister साहब
अरे
हुकूमत के पाकिस्तान सब की तरफ से खुशामदीद
मेरा बड़ा भाई
very warm
मेरा बड़ा भाई उसमें बहुत क्या
we have been waiting for this day for so long yes very warm welcome
थैंक यू
My colleague Manjeet Sehgal is still live with me from Chandigarh. Manjeet, the fact that Sidhu keeps repeating these compliments and praises for Imran Khan, and he's no stranger to making these controversial statements that don't go down too very well back home in India. It just seems that it's deliberate. It's something that's well thought out. It's not something that he has any sense of, deliberation over.
Well, as far as Navjot Singh Sidhu's statements are concerned, these statements lack maturity because he had already kicked off a number of controversies. Not only he had hugged the Pakistan Army Chief General Bajwa, but he was also seen clicking selfies with Gopal Chawla. He was an ISI stooge. So Gopal Chawla was also member of Pakistan Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee. But Navjot Singh Sidhu had later tried to clarify and justify his acts in Pakistan, that he is a Punjabi, he's a Jat Sikh, and he and Bajwa share the same culture, and the relationship between India and Pakistan should improve. But on the other, he has also been on the target of the Bharatiya Janata Party and his own colleagues, like the then Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh had time and again said that Navjot Singh Sidhu is a person of unstable mind. Navjot Singh Sidhu's relationship with the Pakistan's Prime Minister, who was earlier referred to him by Sidhu as his friend, and now he is saying 2 times that he is his elder brother, has not gone down well with the opposition parties. Even Bharatiya Janata Party leaders have sought a clarification from the Congress and Navjot Singh Sidhu to explain why Navjot Singh Sidhu was referring the Pakistan Prime Minister as his brother. His brother, if he is a brother, why he is involved in anti-India activities? Why drones are being sent across the borders to dump the arms, ammunitions, narcotics and counterfeit currency? So Navjot Singh Sidhu has refused to speak on this. He say if Bharatiya Janata Party wants to level accusations, level certain types of allegations against him, they can, but he refused to speak. Navjot Singh Sidhu
clearly he's conveniently dodging the real questions. He doesn't want to answer all of these questions that you're raising, Manjeet, about the anti-India activities of Pakistan, but he continues to, of course, stoke controversy. Manjeet, thank you so much for joining us with all of those details. That's a wrap on this bulletin. For all the latest news and updates, you can log on to indiatoday.in. You can also download the India Today app. Thank you so much for watching.